Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the backup and restore procedures when we design the HMI application. The reason I talk about this procedure is that the current software we're using, the FactoryTalk View Studio, is not well designed for this part of the application. So it's not user friendly, so that can cause some trouble. So I'll explain the details when we get into the procedures below. So first, you see here. So the FactoryTalk View Studio, when you design the HMI application, they save your application as several files on the computer. So on a C drive, certain directory, they save all the information in all the place. For example, when you create multiple displays, each screen will saved as one single file. So because of this, you cannot use save as to backup the whole application. And the utility called application manager, it's a software component with that package. It's used for this purpose. So when you want to save, you backup. Then when you move to a new computer, want to get all the applications installed on the new computer, you will go through the restore procedure. So this is what we will do with this software. And the problem with this current version of the application manager is that it doesn't support the override option. So the override option, that means when you create a new backup, and it doesn't allow you to automatically delete the old one or override the old one with your newer ones. Same thing is for the when you try to restore, and the application will not be automatically override by the new one. So we'll go through more details in the following procedures. For now, just remember it doesn't support override. So when you have the backup file or application, you will have some conflicts between the old file or application with the one you were trying to work on. So that's the trouble with the current version. So let's go through the backup procedure first. So at the section 1, I want to remind you, so first you need to save. So this we all understand. So over here underneath save, underneath file, you have a save option. So after you click this icon, this disk icon will become grayed out. That means you already saved, so you don't need to worry about. And the other thing is that I want to remind you, you need to close the application, because you're trying to backup the application. You will zip everything into one single file. So the software doesn't like you still have the application open. The software is trying to zip all the information over there. So you have two choices. Either you can, within this file menu, you have one option called close application. So close application, that means you temporarily close the project, the interface you design, but you still keep the software running. So this is the first option. The second option is very simple. Just simply shut down the software. Right? So if you don't need it, just close down. Right? And after that, you need to start the application manager. It's a separate software component. So you need to start on that. So I'm going to start to do a demo with the application I have. So you can see over here, I already designed some of the interface. And for example, I want to stop here. I try to back up the application. So first, go to File, make sure I saved, and then before you go to backup, because I'm gonna continue to use the same software, so I choose the close. So close application will close the interface I'm designing, but the software is still running. Right. So if you don't close it or don't shut down this software, the application manager will not allow to run that application procedure. So to start the application manager, so you can, in the search box, you can just type in application. You will see application manager on the list. So just click to start it. So once you start the application manager, you will have a list of options, and the one we will do is to zip the file. We select backup. So once you select next, you will go through the list, find the one you're trying to backup. So that's the one I'm working on. I'm going to zip this application. So go to next, backup, and over here, so that's the name of the backup file, the archive file, or the zip file. So over here, you don't want to change any name on here, but you can change it over here. So you want to select where to save the application. This is the default. So if you want to save on your USB, you have to specify. Right. So I want saved on the desktop. So I can just click the browse button and go to the top, and I need to find my desktop and click OK, and then finish. So on the desktop, over here I see a new file created. So if you move your cursor to here, you can see that's the name, Michael John Labs and .apa. Application, it's called archive. Application archive file. So that's the file you can copy to your USB or upload to the FOL. Then you can go somewhere else to continue the work on. So this is the backup procedure. So basically, this is the demo I just did. All right. So over here, so that's the other part I need to talk about. So over here. So if you have a old backup file on the same location, you will run into problem. All right. So in order to demonstrate that, I will work on something like this. So I can open up the one I just closed. Right now I open that Michael John Labs. I can open that application. This is the old design, and I can start to make some changes. For example, I just add some tags on here. Let's say something new. So this is some graphic object I added on the new design. So in order to back it up, over here I need to save, or click File, Save. After you save it, we can start a backup. In order to do that, I want to close application first. So after I close application, I'm going to start the application manager again. So start the application manager and backup and find the file. That's the application. Go to next, and I want save on the same location. here on my desktop. But remember, I have one existing file saved on. That's the old one, right? So that is how the software will work. So once I click finish, that's the message you will see on there. There's an existing one at the desktop. Please enter another name. So what I recommend you here is on the procedure. The recommendation for this: don't follow the instruction. Don't enter another name. This will confuse you later on when you are trying to restore. For somehow I have so many students run into problem later on. So don't change any name, because even though you change the name, only the file you trying to backup change the name, but the whole application still use the old name. And then later on, that's gonna conflict with the old one when you try to backup or try to restore. Right. So what you need to do, either delete or rename the old backup. So go back here, you just need to delete this. Right. Or if you don't like delete, if you want to make a copy, you can just rename it. So for example, you can just add a subscript, so -1, something like that. So that'll be your one copy, the old copy. So after that, you can just come back over here to click OK, and then you don't need to change the name here. You use the same name, then click finish. You should have another file created. So you can see here, that's the newest one. So when you move to here, you can see that's the file name, and the one with the subscript and -1, so that's the older one. Or you can look at the timestamp, right? So this timestamp. If you click over here, that has a latest time, so that's the newer one. All right. For now, I just need to delete the old one, and keep the new one. So that's the one. All right. So you can copy it to USB or either to upload to the FOL. So that's the file you have with you. All right. So this is the backup. Then let's talk about the restore. So first, if you work on the same computer as last time, your HMI application should be saved on the computer. So if you know that the one you save on the computer is up to date, you don't have to restore. It's already saved it. You just need to open the FactoryTalk View Studio, then open the application. Right? So that is the first thing you want to do. Then if you decide to overwrite the existing, so you think the one saved on the C drive is not the newest one, recommend is to start the application manager and select delete to remove your old application before you restore the procedure. So remember this: if you directly going to restore, you are going to run into another problem, right? So best thing is to start application manager first, because the current version doesn't support the overwrite. So when you try to restore with the old one still saved on the C drive, it's going to generate the conflict. Right. So within the application manager, there's a delete. Or if you prefer, you can even use another option called rename. You just need to rename the old one to another application. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate on this part. First, start the application manager. Once application manager start, yeah, you can see the current options on here. So either delete or rename. Right. So let's select the delete. So go to next. You will find that is the one we work on. So that that's the older version, then we can delete. And click yes, confirm. There's something going on here. I just had a computer crash. Probably this application has problem. Let's try a different one. So remember I said there's a delete application. Then let's try renew. I'm not sure if I can rename it. So over here, and let's just give a name. Okay. I don't know what happened. Sorry about this. Probably just my computer just crashed before this demo. I think there's something going on there. As you can see, this software is not very stable. But instead of restart my computer, I just want to finish this procedure demo. Probably I won't be able to demo, but I need to walk through those procedures. So that is what I mean. So before restore, either choose delete or rename the old one, right? So, and when you try to restore, you can just find the file and click open button, or if you have the download, double click. So once you start the restore, the application manager will automatically load the backup file. So don't change any of the default. Just keep click on the next. Click the button next. On the next window, don't change the name. Don't make any change. Just click next. All right. So over here, 3.4. If you see this window, all right. So if you follow my the procedure I just mentioned here, you either delete or rename the old one, you shouldn't see this one, right? So if you forget about that step, you didn't delete or rename, that's the message you will see. So that's why you have to refer to step 1 and 2 to delete the existing, then finish the restore procedure. Right? So that is reminder for the restore. Right? Just don't follow the message the software gave to you. If you change name around, and eventually you're gonna confuse yourself because you got so many names and with the same application, then that's later on gonna generate a big confusion on that. All right. So after that, so this is something I need to emphasize. So lots of people think after I restore the application, it will open up automatically by itself, but no, unfortunately not. So after you restore the application will not open by itself. You need to start the FactoryTalk Visual Studio because you only use the application manager to restore that. After you restore, it's like a copy into the C drive. Then you have to start the studio. Then from over there, you can open that from the existing list. Alright, so this is the procedure you need to follow with the backup and restore.